using technology to help find solutions for senior housing. That's our Techstination. Joining us from Kithward, Kithward, is founder and CEO Amber Jew. Hi, Amber.
Hi, Fred.
Pleasure to meet you. And tell us a little bit about Kithward. What is it all about?
So Kithward helps the consumer find retirement communities. And it's such a painful process today to have to drive by different communities, ask friends, ask people in the local community when you're looking for one. And there really is no directory to find senior living. So we really are the Zillow for senior living. And we really help people plan for their budget because there's such a variety of different types of senior housing out there within different price ranges. The value proposition is different, and there's a lot of different care levels. So we help consumers filter through all of that, and we're across the nation. So we help wherever. Whether it's San Francisco or whether it's, a smaller town, we have aggregated all of those listings for consumers to browse.
How did this come about?
So this came about when I, as many founders do, was trying to solve my own problem. So I had to care for my mother, and I had to try and find a retirement community. At first, she was entirely independent, and so I started to really kind of look around and realize that at a lot of these places there were wait lists, there were different care levels. It was really hard to really get a sense of place from one visit. And so realizing as a consumer how difficult it is to find this product, I wanted to create a solution when each of us are at that point, whether we're searching for ourselves or our parents. There is a time when you hit that point. And I wanted there to be a solution that everybody could use to make it more accessible to consumers.
Step us through a bit about how people can use your tools on the website.
Yeah. So on our website, we have a financial calculator. We also have, and that helps you really kind of understand what your cost of living inside your home today is, between different tax payments and what you're spending on food, transportation, things like that. And also compare that to the cost of retirement communities and what you're spending when you go into a community. So first, you would probably do a geographic search if you know exactly where you want to be. And so on the top bar, we have a search bar, and you can go ahead and type in the city, you can type in the zip code, you can type in the state, wherever you decide, is the place you want to look. And from there will be search results that pop up, and you can filter that by price range, by number of bedrooms, by care level. And we predominantly search for places that also have independent living. So we're very much focused on retirement communities and that lifestyle, as well as those communities who also include additional levels of care beyond that.
What kind of impact are you seeing with the way the housing market is today and mortgage rates being higher than they've been in quite a few years?
So with, I think there's been a lot of pandemic driven, there's been a lot of pandemic driven retirement. And I think there's a lot of people out there who are looking for a lifestyle where they really have more access to the liquidity in their house, and they don't want to maintain the house. And so when you look at, the cost of a mortgage today, especially if it's not fixed rate, right? And you're looking at that compared with the price of the rent you might pay at a retirement community, which is all inclusive, with the exception of dining plans. But you're getting so much convenience. You're getting a lot of programming from a lot of colleges actually have classes in partnership with retirement communities. So you have a lot of learning programs. A lot of these places have woodworking shops. Some of them, I mean, depending on where, might have all kinds of hobbies, glass blowing to equestrian programs. So you actually get a huge variety of programming.
And many of these communities today are looking at different technologies to help people remain independent for longer. Are there some things that excite you the most?
Yeah, I mean, I think that I think these learning programs that we're discussing actually excite me a lot. There's so many of these partnerships, and a lot of people are choosing to think about going to college towns as well. And so I think that is a great synergy, and I see a lot of expansion in that area at these communities. And I think part of remaining young is really continuing to learn and really to continue to think about new interests and hobbies. And so I think that is something that's most exciting to me.
Is there something that you do to vet these different communities? There are so many of them around the country before you have them listed on your site.
So we do a little bit of curation. However, we do want to target the comprehensiveness of having all the communities, and so we do have a diamond rating, and so that actually is we look at the value proposition of what the community offers across all of its programming, all of its dining, and we really take that into account when we look at rating these communities. However, there's a lot of differences in different geographies across the US. So we actually take that into account as well. For instance, some regions, every place will have a pool, but that's definitely not true of every region, right? So, we do adjust our diamond rating a little bit regionally. And in the next year, we'll also be coming out with reviews.
Are we seeing people more willing to migrate, leave their roots behind and travel to a far off retirement community?
We are, and I think that's really really interesting. I spend a lot of time talking to people looking for retirement communities and thinking about where to move to really optimize your lifestyle is something that people are increasingly interested in, and we see a lot of people moving across state lines, and some people actually asking about what about internationally as well? Where are there retirement visas in certain places? And so it's really interesting. I mean, we certainly don't we're not currently serving anywhere outside of the US, but I think it's very inspiring to see how willing people are to travel.
So for more information, where should people go?
People should go to our website, kithward.com, and we look forward to helping you.
Again, it's spelled Kithward for those of you who are listening. Amber Jew, thank you for spending time with us.
Thank you.